All right. Good morning, tile friends. How's everybody doing? I got my partner. I'm going to be interviewing my dog Moose this morning. Luke's gone, done, lost his mind. You're saying? Well, listen, it's cold over here in Florida. It's 54 degrees right now, and I'm about to take a dive into a 60 degree. I'm actually going to check the temperature, but I think it's about a 60-degree pool. I've been jumping into this pool every single morning here all year. This is how I'm starting my new year. All month, I'll be jumping into this pool, and I'm going to continue jumping into it until the temperature raises to about 65. Then I'll start taking cold showers. I wanted to give you a little Monday motivation and take you on the journey and tell you, this is if you want to change your life, if you want to expand your mind and learn, you have to oftentimes change the physical environment and do something drastic. Do something drastic like take a cold plunge, get into breath work and meditation. Do something outside of your comfort zone. Go whether that's going and meeting different type of person that you're normally networking with, or whatnot. Ryan, good to see you, brother. 48 in Land Lakes. Oh, nice. You're up in my home state. So what's funny is it's almost the same temperature down here in Florida. Hope you're doing good up there, brother. Good to see you this morning. So it is Martin Luther King Day, and I was looking at some of his quotes, and I think even yesterday talking with my wife about it, and we were discussing Martin Luther's quote on love. There's so much hate in the world today, but one thing that Martin was very adamant about was that this idea, this fact, really, that hate cannot extinguish hate. Only love can extinguish hate in the world. So I want to encourage you to love one another and love yourself. And this cold plunge today is really a form of personal love, personal care. And what it represents is so much beyond the cold plunge to me. It represents mind over matter. Growing up in the land of the lakes, like Ryan's in today, growing up in northern Minnesota, I grew up in very cold environment, and I learned as a youth that it was often your mind over the matter, and I learned how to do that as a young person, how to survive and have fun in the cold weather, oftentimes to the detriment of of our human bodies. But we can push ourselves to limits beyond what we think we're capable of. So as I wake up on this chilly morning, for me, everything's relative, right? I live in Florida now, not in Minnesota, so everything's relative. As I wake up on this chilly morning and I wake up to a cold house, and I do not want to go in that cold plunge, but I have not missed a day this year, and I'm not going to miss today. I'm going to go and get in that cold plunge and get myself uncomfortable. And I want to encourage you to do the same. And I know that oftentimes when we talk about body development, it's the same, exercise, muscle building. It's the same. Really, the number one reason we should do that is for our mind, to strengthen our mind. So I won't delay the matter. This is my dog Moose. I'm going to put him down and I'm going to go jump in that plunge, and I'm going to encourage you to do something similar. Maybe you want to take a vow to do a cold plunge or a cold shower for the rest of the month here, or maybe you want to take February. February is a short month. Maybe you want to get to the gym every single day, or maybe you want to meet millionaires and talk to millionaires, or maybe you want to go out and meet, a new style of entrepreneur or a new person to network with. I want to encourage you to get uncomfortable and to really expand your mind and to understand that the limitations we only put on ourselves. And so we can break through these limitations that are really self-limiting beliefs that we are often taught before we're 5, 7 years old, and they stick with us for a lifetime. So That's all I'm going to say. And then we're going to go jump in that pool for about 3-4 minutes and see what happens. So I'm already starting out cold, and I'm going to use breath work and my mind to make myself warm really quick here. And the quickest thing I can show you and share with you is breath of fire. And essentially that's forcing the air out of my nose as quickly as possible and then passively inhaling and forcing it back out again. And that will warm me up and get me prepared for this cold plunge. And that looks like this. And that's the quickest way to reset your mental state and to energize your mind and energize your body. I've been preaching a lot about breath work for the last really 6 months, and I'm not going to let up on it. Breath work and meditation is something that has changed my life. I experienced some pretty traumatic events and had a breakdown in about 6 months ago. And a lot of it I had to internally look at and realize why these things were happening and why I brought these things upon myself. And so a lot of the times, we have to look inward. It's not an external factor there. It's an internal factor for us all when we find ourselves in an uncomfortable situation. So I want to encourage you to do breath work and to think about, meditation and taking on some new practices. All right. So normally I do this in the nude, but today I've got my American flag eagle shorts on. And I'll take you with me in here. And then we're going to see what happens here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit colder than yesterday. We had a chilly night. And so it's 7 minutes. We're going to go for a solid 3 minutes. Yeah, it's 58 degrees in here. So the pool is, it's just below 58. So the pool is colder than the air, which is always fun. Kenny, what's up, brother? All right. Thanks for your testimonial there. So I'm going to go down to my neck. And with your breath and your mind, you can warm up your body. Mind over matter. So once again, I'm just sharing this experience to encourage everybody who might be looking to expand their horizons, maybe expand their mental state and grow mentally. And maybe you don't even know you're attempting to grow mentally, right? Maybe you want to grow physically. Maybe you want to grow your business. This is the Monday Motivation podcast brought to you by happytileguy.com, which is a tile money. What have we been talking about for the last 4 years? Growing your business. But it's come to me, and I've realized in a very painful way that I cannot grow my business. I cannot grow my ability to grow financially or physically, even if we talk about, building muscle, building mass, without expanding my mind. And so that is what today is about, is sharing this idea of mind over matter. Yes, sir. Kenny, you got to get yourself into it, brother. Florida cold, that's right. It's all relevant. Happy Monday. Much blessings and love to you as well. It's all relevant. Growing up in northern Minnesota, North Dakota, I got very used to the cold. When I was 15, we moved to Tucson, and that's a completely 100-degree different environment. And my Minnesota friend said, "How do you stand the heat?" And my Arizona friend said, "How in the hell did you stand that cold weather?" And you get used to your environment, you adapt, and you overcome, and you learn for ways, and you look for ways to live in your environment and appreciate it. And if you fight it, if you fight the cold or you fight the heat, you are not going to have a pleasant life. You are not going to have a good time. Things are going to go wrong. And so, one of the best things I did in Tucson, and normally now I'd be breathing to stop the shivers, but I'm talking to you, and we're almost through this. We've been in here 3 minutes now. Stay another 30 seconds or so. But one of the best things I did in Tucson was start drinking a lot of water throughout the day. And I was working with individuals who were drinking 20 ounces of water and maybe 100 or more ounces of soda. And I only drank water. And by the end of my apprenticeship there in Tucson, before I left and moved to New York, I had gotten my boss off of soda and onto water, and it changed his life. And that was one of my earlier memories in the tile world that I can draw back to tile, to encouraging somebody to change their life. And he was somebody who taught me a lot about life in tile. And he was working when I met him, and when I was working with him, at least 14 hours a day. And I would work, I was 17, and I've never been somebody who has been running after the money. And so I worked 3 days a week, and I often got bonuses for working over 40 hours. So I would take the rest of my time and go snowboarding or biking, or I actually volunteered a lot of my time back then. So we've been at it about 4 minutes. I'm going to get out of here before I turn into an icicle. But that's 57-degree water, 58-degree water. And I encourage you all to do that. And also, if you've been listening to Huberman, you know that soaking up the sun first thing in the morning is very beneficial. So I encourage you to get into some new routines in this new year. It's 2023. We have an opportunity to spread love and to fully develop our minds and our bodies, and fully develop our businesses. But you cannot develop your business without developing your mind and without gaining strength over some things that you do not even know you can gain strength over. So that's my encouragement and my Monday motivation. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk at you next time.